Hi everyone, my name is Kai. Today I will be sharing about toxic leadership and its influence in business, in the army, and educational organization. Also at the end I want to share about my personal experience and encouragement for any leaders. Um, what is the difference between ethical leadership and toxic leadership? We all know that ethics is a crucial part of our lives and it influences leadership greatly. Ethical leadership is leadership in which individuals demonstrate conduct for the common good that is acceptable and appropriate in every area of their life. With that in mind, ethical leaders are they respect others. They are attentive to the concern of their followers, and they are just. They do not take sides, and they're concerned about fairness and justice. Also, they're honest. I believe that the world will be in a much better place if all political leaders or any leaders in any organizations are be honest. Um, so what is toxic leadership? As the name mentioned, it sounds destructive. Um, Toxic leadership is not a good sign. In simple terms, it can be defined as self-centered leadership. Everything they do is to accomplish their own selfish goal or to promote themselves. They can be dangerous for business and personal health as well because they can hurt the emotional well-being of the employees. Um, they can engage in a wide range of destructive behaviors, uh, unethical activities, and they can even mislead employees through deliberate untruth and misdiagnosis of issues. Worst of all, toxic leaders, they do not they fail to nurture other leaders. Instead of promoting, instead of supporting, they would get jealous and would not support someone who is smarter or someone who can do better than them. So let's take a look at toxic leadership in business. One example would be Mr. Martin Winterkorn. He was the chairman of Volkswagen for many years, and Mr. Winterkorn asserted ignorance of any wrongdoing when the company engineers install software that manipulates emission on about 11 diesel vehicles. His ignorance and ruthless culture prove him as a toxic leader. Um, that's one example for the business side. And the other thing is toxic leadership in the army. Here I use Lieutenant Harbert Sobel and First Lieutenant Richard Winters as an example, because First Lieutenant Harbert Sobel was assigned as commander and responsible for training soldiers. His motto was winning first and soldier last. He did not train with his men, and he established standards that he could not keep. On the other hand, First Lieutenant Richard Winter, he demonstrated positive leadership by sharing the welfare of his men first. He shared the same training, and he showed compassion, and he cared about his soldiers. Uh, let's take a look at toxic leadership in educational organization. Recently, we see on the news about college scandal and bribery that involves Hollywood star and top CEOs. Um, you're talking about, we're talking about Stanford University, Yale University for accepting financial contribution uh, wrongly, racketeering, fraud, and everything. Um, Hearing all those, even though it sounds scary and not true, it is true that toxic leadership does exist in any exist in any organization. For me personally, I used to work for a company where everything went well until we have a new supervisor. He was my coworker, and he got promoted because he had a master's degree and he'd been with the company longer. But things did not go well when he became a supervisor because he wanted to be a boss instead of a leader. He he would not promote or he would not appreciate others who perform better or who know something that he didn't. So I end up leaving the company, but if I could give one advice or encourage any leaders is that to treat others, to treat their employee with respect and humility. If employee deserve recognition, do so. If employees deserve rewards, do with a willing heart. The Bible talk about do not seek revenge or bear grudges against anyone among your people, but love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. Whether it is in business, in ministry, military or any organization, leader must be fair and treat employee with respect, especially us Christian. That way we can glorify God through our work and be a reflection of His love toward others. Thank you so much.